Welcome to YTV's Hit List. I'm your host, Aasha, and we have a great show lined up for you today. Now, last week we hung out with 98 Degrees, went behind the scenes with them, and they put on an incredible concert in Montreal, Quebec. This week we're going to BMG Music, and this is the Canadian record label of the Backstreet Boys. We're going to find out how they put together the major event of the summer, the Backstreet Boys' American debut in New York City. We're also going to find out what's happening in the fan club with Xan and Leslie, and I'm going to let you know how you can win a trip to meet the Spice Girls. But right now to our countdown. At number 20, Boyzone, Picture of You. At number 19, Missing Your Love by Johnny Lang. And at number 18, Hanson, I Will Come To You. Now, for those of you that are Hanson fans, we have a one-hour special on Isaac, Zach, and Taylor, and that's happening Friday, November the 28th, and you definitely don't want to miss it. But right now, to their latest video, I Will Come To You. We're inside BMG. This is the Backstreet Boys Canadian record label. Oh, cool stuff. Hi, I'm here to see Rebecca Black.
Sure, go on.
Okay. Rebecca is the marketing manager of the Backstreet Boys, and she gets to hang out with them every time they come to Canada. Let's go in. This way. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey,
Hi, I'm Aasha from YTV Hit List. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Now, what exactly do you get to do?
I am the Backstreet Boys marketing manager here in Canada. So when the band comes and visits, we make sure that all the tour activity around their live dates is all coordinated, all their interviews. We make sure that their records get on the radio and that channels like YTV play the video. And we make sure that when you pick up a magazine, you'll be able to read interviews with the boys, and just basically that everybody knows the Backstreet Boys record is out in Canada.
That sounds like fun.
It is so much fun. It is so much fun, and we've been so lucky because their songs have been so great, and the kids in Canada have just loved the band, and they all have their favorite Backstreet Boy, and we get lots of fan mail, and it's an excellent, excellent job.
Now, have they actually been in this building?
As a matter of fact, right when their first record came out and people weren't really aware of who they were and the buzz was just starting to happen, they did come into the office and they performed a cappella for the staff, which was very special. And they signed some posters and things like that and met everybody on staff. They're very, very nice boys.
All right, now let's go back to our countdown. We have Oasis, Don't Go Away, and then right after that, Hanson, Where's the Love, and Spice Girls with Spice Up Your Life. But what's at number 14?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's the Backstreet Boys with their new single, As Long As You Love Me.
That was the Backstreet Boys at number 14, and at number 13 this week is Jewel with Foolish Games. We're hanging out with Rebecca Black, who's the marketing manager of the Backstreet Boys every time they come to Canada. Now, what happened with the American debut? How are you involved in that?
Well, at the same time that the Americans debuted, the first Backstreet Boys album in the U.S. was the time that we released our second album here in Canada. And so we had contests going on radio stations from coast to coast, and lucky winners got to fly down to New York and take part in the Virgin in-store where the band came and sang some songs and did some dancing and performing, and there was an autograph signing session. It was all very exciting, and we had a press conference there, and if I recall correctly, YTV was part of that press conference.
That's right. Xan was in New York City covering the pandemonium. Take a look.
It's absolute mayhem here in New York City. Backstreet's back, and that's the cause of all this chaos. And believe it or not, there's tons of fans that have traveled all the way from Canada to be here to celebrate with the guys. I think there's some Canadian fans behind me. I'm going to go and say hi. Girls, you guys ever heard of the Backstreet Boys? Woo! How excited are you to be here?
Oh my God. Very excited. Oh God.
Did your mom drive you down?
Yeah, my whole family's here, but my dad and brother didn't want to come.
So how do you feel about having to share the Backstreet Boys now with American fans?
No, they'll be coming to Montreal less, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, as it is, we only hardly get to see them, you know?
Yeah, I hope they don't success here. I hope
No, we want them to be successful.
I want them to be happy, but I don't want them to stay here all the time and not come back to Montreal.
Broadway Avenue in the middle of Times Square. And you guys are from New York City, am I right?
Yep.
You know, in Canada, we've loved them for a long time. Just so you know.
We're very jealous.
How did you first hear about them?
My friend well, she's from here, but she has friends in Canada, and they mailed her a video of them, and I watched it, and I fell in love.
Oh, who did you fall in love with?
Nick, everybody.
So do you think they have it going on?
Yes. Very much so.
No, did you get to meet them?
No.
Did you wait in line?
Yes.
Oh.
On the top floor and never let us down for autographs.
We're hanging out with Rebecca Black from BMG Canada, and we just saw that the Backstreet Boys are becoming more popular in the States now. Are we going to see less and less of them in Canada?
Well, the Backstreet Boys love Canada. They love their Canadian fans. We were one of the first territories in the world to get excited about the boys, especially in Quebec. Really, just incredible excitement there. So absolutely, the boys aren't going to forget Canada. However, as they become more popular around the world, it will be more difficult to get access to the boys. They are coming back to Canada for tour dates. They start just before New Year's in Halifax, and they go right through, and they end up in Toronto in the second week of January.
Okay, Rebecca, maybe you can help me with this. I got a letter in from Deanna Palmer, and she's wondering when the Backstreet Boys are going to do some Western dates.
Well, at this point, there's no dates booked, but I have heard rumors that they may be going out west in the spring. So I'm sure if you continue to watch the hit list, you'll be able to find out all about upcoming tour dates.
So you're going to let us know the inside scoop.
The minute we find out.
Okay, now part of being a successful artist is receiving awards. Now you have one in the office, which is a 5-time Platinum Award.
Yes.
What exactly does that mean?
What that means is that when you sell a certain amount of records, you get an award. In the particular case of the Backstreet Boys, the plaque that's on my wall is 5 times platinum for their first record and diamond for their first video. They have received a lot of awards from Canada since that time. We just haven't had plaques made up for all of them yet.
And diamond means 1 million, right?
Diamond means 1 million records, and it means 100,000 videos.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of records, and a lot of videos. We're the #1 selling territory in the world for the Backstreet Boys.
Now, when they were doing their launch in the United States, they got an award there too. Let's take a look.
We just want to say something really quickly. We see a lot of familiar faces out in the audience from all over the world that we've seen doing promotional tours. People from everywhere, all media, all over the world. It's good to be back here in the United States doing our first big press conference. One thing that we've learned the past 3 years, that in the entertainment industry, not everything goes according to schedule. So we were downstairs making sure everything was going to sound okay for the show. Now let's begin the press conference.
What's really cool about the Backstreet Boys is they're selling 2 albums at once, right, Rebecca?
Yes, they are. Their first album is still selling because we're still getting a lot of radio play for Quit Playing Games With My Heart.
My favorite song.
So you mentioned. And then the new album has Everybody Backstreet's Back and Now As Long As You Love Me on the radio, and the video's being played. So both of them are selling really well.
Okay, how many albums for the second one?
The new album has just passed 500,000 units in Canada alone and continues to fly into the Christmas season, so definitely lots.
Now, when they were in New York City at their press conference, after that was over, they were performing at Times Square. Check this out.
Everybody, rock your body. Yeah, rock your body. Yeah, everybody, rock.
Rebecca, when the Backstreet Boys are performing, do you ever get to sit back and relax and watch them, or are you constantly doing something?
When the boys are in town, we're all very busy. We have press conferences, we organize meet and greet for contest winners, and we bring special retail people back to meet the band and generally their family as well. So no, it's not very relaxing when the guys are here. When they're gone, it's busy too, but it's not quite as intense.
But you did get to see one of their performances right down these stairs, right?
As a matter of fact, yes, they did perform just downstairs in our lobby.
An a cappella number?
Yes, they didn't have any musicians with them, and they sounded marvelous.
Now, another artist on BMG is Robin, and she's number 12 on the chart this week with Show Me Love. Yay! BMG, now, how do you know how many singles to put out off an album and how many videos to release?
Well, really, Aashna, it differs artist to artist. If we have an artist like the Backstreet Boys that have really strong singles and every one that comes out has
You release
great
every one?
impact. Oh, yeah, we keep it going for as long as the fans want more. It also depends on the international territory that the band comes from. If the U.S. decides they want to release a single, we generally go in stride with them in order to maximize the impact of the single at radio.
Now, with the Backstreet Boys, Canadians released singles even before the Americans did.
We have traditionally with the first album, but with the second album, we're hitting the same stride with the U.S. So with the new single, As Long As You Love Me, we're going the same time as the Americans are.
Now, we're going to have more with the Backstreet Boys in the fan club where Xan interviews them in New York City.